It's January here in Illinois, and we've gotten ourselves a nice break in the weather. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, and I'm out in the driveway fixing stuff. So I've got one thing I've been neglecting since November, mostly because it's been sitting outside, it doesn't fit in the workshop, and it's just been really cold. We've had a lot of snow, we've had a lot of below zero weather, and my little shop heater can't really keep up. Working on that in the shop, I can get it about 40 degrees, which is just enough to keep the chill off when I'm wearing 4 layers. So I'm going to make the most out of it, soak up some sunshine, get a nice little tan, and hopefully I can fix my daily driver, which I have not been driving daily. So today we're giving some love to the daily driver, the 1994 Ford Escort Sport LX 2-door hatch. This has got a 1.9 liter engine with a 5-speed, independent suspension all around. It's a fun little car. However, there's only 2 people in the whole world that like this car. I'm one of them, and the other one is the previous owner, which happens to be my mother. Only 2 people that love this car. Everybody else despises this car. I don't know why. It's a good little car. It runs when you want it to, it gets you where you need to go, and you don't really have to throw a whole lot at it. However, it is starting to show its age. Today we're going to try and tackle the rear suspension, and I'll show you why. So because this beastie has a wide opening hatch, and I'm not afraid to put a scratch in it, I use this to haul tons of stuff. It's like my little work truck. I'm not hauling huge loads, but I can put all the tubing I need to make frames and roll cages that I do. I even use this to haul all of the plywood and 2x4s and stuff that I use to expand onto my workshop. This thing's a little workhorse, and it hauls so much. But I think I may have hauled a little too much at one point, because age has gotten to this, and so has the tin worm, which means I've had a few things poke through the body while hauling heavy loads. So here you can see the top of the rear strut has freed itself from its upper mount. Rust has weakened it, and heavy load has shattered it the rest of the way. And you can see the other side here isn't too far behind, so I may as well change them both out today. First things first, let's glove up. I purchased new struts for the Escort from Detroit Axle. These were $113, shipped to my door for the set. You may be wondering, why is it that I'm wasting half the value of the car on a set of rear suspension struts? Well, cool thing is, I got this car for free, which means that's eligible for crap can racing, chump car racing, and even 24 hours of lemons. Because they have a $500 limit on cars, which means I have $500 to spend on this thing. $500 is more than this car is worth, so that just means I get to spend $500 on hop-up parts. It is my daily right now, but when it goes to meet its maker, I want it to meet its maker out on the track. Just busting balls with other stuff, rubbing tires. I want it to go out in a blaze of glory. That may be further down the road, not sure how far away that's going to be. Whenever I can't drive it on the street anymore, I'm driving it on the track. So I gotta at least keep it up till then, right? Chalking the front wheels with my very primitive wheel chalk. It's not pretty, but it does the job. Wow. Yeah, safe to say, this wasn't doing much back here. Whew. I'll be glad to see those go. Disgusting. Wow, and that was the good side. Ew. So here's what's left of the rear suspension on my Escort. This strut here is actually bent, so it wasn't really doing anything at all. And this strut here has a broken spring. It doesn't really dampen much, it just moves around. Here's what's left of the top mount. So that is not long for this world. Be interesting to see how this thing rides now that all this is brand new. I won't know what to think. This will be a crazy drive. Okay. Now it's time to put in our new rear struts. This thing is going to be a completely different animal. I won't know what to think. This car's always been a hunk of junk. What will it be when it's not a hunk of junk? Ooh, we could take it autocrossing. All right, I think we're done. We're tightened up. I think that's about it. Oh wait, gotta tighten the lug nuts. Always make sure they're properly torqued. Alright, we're to spec. Alright, time for a test drive. Okay. We're going out of my steep driveway. This is always a good test. It's at a steep angle, gotta take it real hard. Hear everything creaking into place back there. Ooh, lovely. Ooh. Oh, it certainly rides much, much nicer. There's some bumps. It floats right over them. Oh my gosh. It's like I'm driving a brand new car. This is heaven. Absolute freaking heaven. Oh, I'm loving it. Tom love them. But this is just what it is. This is a daily beater that you just keep on beating and it keeps on going. This thing's got 157,000 miles on it, and they have been mean miles. They have been miles brutal. My mother didn't take care of this car a whole lot. She owned it for 10 years, changed the oil once. I think she had the brakes done on it too. But again, she asked it to give, and it kept on giving. So it actually lives a little softer life with me. Apart from the fact that I've gotten in my only 2 accidents in this car. I've been in 3 accidents, but 2 of them are in this car. And one of Whitney's 2 accidents were in this car. Which is why it has white bumpers front and rear. That wasn't a cool 90s thing, although it does kind of fit with the cool 90s motif, the turquoise and white. But now this is great. I am tickled, and it is just floating like a dream. Over the moon. Over the moon. Splendid. Splendid. So it's nice to give a little love to the daily beater. And this is kind of an ode to the daily beater, an ode to the crap can. It ferries us to work every day, it does what we ask it to do, and the only time we even really care about it is when something goes wrong, such as today. It really is it's a certain kind of love, it's a certain kind of affection that comes with the crap can. You buy it for little to no money, and you expect it to work. You don't expect to have to do anything with it. How often does anybody really think about their daily driver? You get in it, you turn the key, and you go. You don't stop to give it any love or anything like that. Most people look at it as an appliance. Just a way to move around. But really with this is my way to move around. And it's kind of like that friend who you feel sorry for because they don't look that great, but they're fun to have around, and they're always reliable, and they're always there for you. In the years I've had this car, the only issues from it are issues it's had from neglect, issues it's had from age. But every time I jump in this thing and I turn the key, it fires up every time. And that's really something to be commendable about this little car. And it's a blast to drive because it's a solid 36 miles to the gallon. Not a whole lot of new cars that can do that. I certainly don't own any new cars that do that. None of the cars in my fleet do that. Not my Beetle, not the Midget, not the Miata, nothing can top the beauty of the crap can.